Welcome to your weekly UAS news update. We have 4 stories for you this week. There's 2 DJI updates. There's a drone that hit an airplane. A New York man was arrested for, well, you'll find out, not good stuff. And then lastly, a bill for governmental drones in Virginia. Let's get to it. And first up this week, we have DJI that remove restricted authorizations, altitude zones around airports from their geofencing system. And yes, this is a big news this year. We knew it was coming for a while, but I wasn't really going to believe it until it happened, and it did. Areas around airports now are going to show up as what's called an enhanced warning area, which you may have seen in the past. These can be immediately unlocked by just clicking on the little checkbox and assuming full responsibility for the flight. Now, DJI also changed the shape of the warning areas that are now going to match the LAANC areas that you've seen over and over again in different apps. DJI was using a slightly different set of data for their geofencing. Not anymore. They're now matching to the FAA, except without the altitude limitation that we see in LAANC. Now, note that accepting the responsibility in the app still does not replace getting LAANC approval. This is very important. DJI is not an approved FAA LAANC provider, so when you click that little checkbox, you're not getting LAANC approval per the FAA regulation. So we recommend that you still use an app like Aloft Air Control in order to get your LAANC authorization. Now, the reception to this news has been a little bit mixed online, with some people applauding DJI, letting users actually take full responsibility, and now not having to wait for DJI to give them approval. But other groups are also concerned that newcomers can actually now fly near airports without any kind of training, just checking a box and saying, yep, I'll take responsibility. So my take on this is an even bigger reason that we at this stage as an industry must continue to be mentors to all new remote pilots. So please, if you know someone who is starting to fly, give them information, have them take trust. Just taking trust in itself should be enough. Personally, I would love to see trust incorporated into the DJI system, where you would have to put your trust sum number maybe before you can unlock any of these areas. But that's just on my wish list. If you want to read more about this, we'll put a link down in the description to the DJI blog. But this is definitely one of the big news of 2025. Next up, again, DJI, they released the Flip this week. Now, the Flip is a sub 250 gram drone that has a 1/1.3 inch CMOS sensor, 31 minutes of flight time, and then an integrated prop guard. Please note, it does not have remote ID. It is priced between the Mini 4 Pro and the Neo, but it is not a Category 1 drone. Now, we went over all of this into a bunch of reviews that we've done of the drone. If you would like to see the full review, the link is right here. We also have a beginner's guide and then also a free deep dive available on the website. It's a cool little drone, but there are limitations that you need to be aware of. Also, I've left a note in all of these videos to explain why DJI does not have remote ID in here. It seems that there's a lot of confusion. Please go take a look at the pinned comment on these videos. It explains in more detail what is going on and why DJI did what they did. Next up, a drone hit a firefighting airplane in Los Angeles this week, actually at the end of last week. It's unclear at this stage where the incident actually happened, but the pilots noted that something hit the aircraft and they thought it was a bird strike. Now, after landing, they found out that there was a 3-inch by 6-inch hole on the leading edge of the wing with parts of the drone on the inside. Now, the FBI has released photos of the actual drone in question, which looks like is a DJI Mini 3 or Mini 3 Pro. The Mini is, when it's fitted with the small battery, if it's operated under recreational rules, which is 49 USC 44809, neither needs registration nor remote ID. And in addition to this accident, we've actually seen over 40 drone incursions that were reported inside of the temporary flight restriction that is currently in place in LA due to the wildfires. So please, please, please do not fly your drone. If there is a wildfire nearby, please look for TFRs, temporary flight restrictions, and let firefighters do their job. This accident took the airplane down for several days, which means that it couldn't do the job that it was there for, which is saving people's lives. So we don't know. It's hard to calculate, how many houses have burned down because this aircraft couldn't be doing what it was supposed to do. Another not so great story this week involves a fire chief in New York who was arrested for allegedly falsifying the remote pilot certificate His name is Michael Leonelli. He allegedly provided a fake remote pilot certificate after the volunteer fire department requested a proof of certification. Now, he is charged with second and third degree forgery and criminal possession of a forged instrument. Now, we'll keep you updated if we hear more about this, but this doesn't look good. Just take the test. Just take the test. It really is, with a little bit of training, proper training, which we can provide, you should be able to do this. If he doesn't go to jail, I'm willing to help him with the test and give him free access to the course if he wants to be certificated. And last up this week, the Virginia legislature passed a bill, which is Bill 2125, if you're looking for the number, that would prohibit the use of UAS by law enforcement and regulation enforcement, except in special circumstances. Now, it was sponsored by Republican U.S. Representative Ben Cline, and approved circumstances, as mentioned, includes search and rescue, amber alerts, blue alerts, senior alerts, and situations where, I quote, the use of an unmanned aircraft system is determined to be necessary to alleviate an immediate danger to a person. Now, any other data that is captured by a drone without a warrant is not going to be admissible for criminal or civil proceedings. The bill also prohibits the state or local government from arming UAS. If you'd like to read the full text, we'll put a link down in the description. All right, and that's all we have for you this week. We'll see you on Monday for the live Q&A, and then also this afternoon for in the community for happy hour. Have a great week. Allegedly falsifying, it's a new one. For allegedly falsifying, falsifying.